What's up, everybody? Welcome to Game Moose episode 126. You are, of course, listening or watching to the Game Moose podcast over here at game-moose.com or on YouTube as well. We're available on iTunes, Spreaker, and podcast services around the globe. You can find us there. If you like what we do on the Game Moose podcast, you can like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. You can also rate us on iTunes, write us a review, tell all your friends all about the show, all that good stuff. It really helps us out. So, I'm joined today by the Brock McLaughlin, who is currently eating sushi.
I was so hungry, and I'm trying new things for the video watchers. I don't think there's any thing sexier than watching me stick some sushi in my mouth.
To be fair, there's an entire community on Twitch that watches that because it is a brand.
There we go.
Yeah.
I feel I use these chopsticks like I was born into it.
Yeah, excellent. And of course, we're joined by the ghost with the most, Drew McMillan.
I'm trying to wrap my fucking head around that.
Of course, clearly, Brock's back.
Yeah.
This is what happened when Brock comes back.
Yeah.
I'm back with sushi in my mouth.
Somehow you didn't die.
Jamming down that raw fish. Yeah, no, but he did die. He became the living dead.
I did die, spoiler alert.
We did post
But you
pictures
did
of
a cool role in everything.
Yeah.
I died a hero,
Yeah.
as I should.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
When does the video hit for that? So for those
Well,
of you
the
who
first
don't know,
video's up now.
The first video is up now.
First video came out yesterday, so I went to a zombie camp weekend, which I tell people very seriously, and they kind of just stare at me.
Yeah.
And then don't really have any follow-up questions.
Yeah.
But that doesn't stop me from just telling them all about what zombie camp is and
yeah.
getting real weird looks.
You learned the ancient art of Zomjitsu.
I did learn the ancient art of Zomjitsu. It's cool. There's a no money back guarantee, so even if the zombie apocalypse comes and none of these skills are useful, they're not liable.
That's good to know.
Which is good to know.
Well, because I mean, they're too busy, fending for their lives, being able to, instead of paying you back.
Okay, like honestly, I gotta know, how earnest are these people about the zombie camp? Are they like, in case there's a zombie apocalypse, this skill is going to be definitely useful to you? Or are they just like, this is fun, we're goofing?
There were seven instructors. Four of them all served in the war, like in Iraq. And then they bonded during their time there, and now they live together and teach people how to kill zombies. This was for State of Decay 2 with Xbox, so these videos are coming out. These people were very earnest. It was a very serious affair, some more serious than others. And I did everything in my power to try and break them down and admit what we were doing was very odd.
Man. Now, the real question is,
Okay.
did they teach you how to fend off the mosquitoes?
Lots and lots of bug spray, which is not good for your skin.
No, clearly not.
I don't know if you heard, but Brock has Zika now.
Yep. So if you support my Patreon, it's going to help me and others with Zika virus.
That's right.
Excellent.
Yeah. Do you have a Patreon?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Good.
No.
Because I didn't want people thinking they were actually donating to help with the Zika virus when they're infected.
Yes. No one start a fake Patreon. It is not me.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, on today's show, we're going to talk about some stuff. But first, Drew, this is the last show before E3. This is coming out on Monday.
Yeah, we have some news. We have some things to tell you about what our E3 plans are, what Brock's E3 plans are.
Because we've been hyping our E3 plans for a while now.
Yeah.
As people will know.
The hype machine over here will do.
So, Brock, you're actually going to be at E3. Very exciting.
I
So,
fly out Monday, but I'm there for till next Wednesday. No, Thursday.
Jesus.
I'm there a while.
Wow. So when this airs, you'll be on a plane. Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Yeah.
I'll probably come back with a sweet tan
Sweet.
and some new skateboard moves.
The last time I went to LA, I got really drunk and very sunburned, which I think is a theme anytime I go south, but yeah,
I think that's gonna happen to me.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So you'll be tweeting about the show.
I'll be tweeting. I'll be mad tweeting, yo.
Excellent. Drew and I will be here at home base
That's right.
because this year we're going to do what we did last year. We're going to do pre and post shows for all the conferences. A full schedule of this will be on our Twitter page, game_moose_cast on Twitter. We'll also post a quick article on the website about that. Basically, it should be live when you're actually watching this or listening to this. So our schedule is we're going to do like a 15-minute pre-show before every conference. just to make sure obviously the equipment doesn't break and stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to be with you during the show, so we're going to be talking about the conference as it happens, and then we'll do a wrap-up after every show. And if you're not there to watch the conferences, no problem. We've got you covered.
Yeah.
We'll post them to the audio feed and the video feed after every conference.
Yeah. So, there'll be audio, video versions of everything, depending on how you want to consume our media, how you want to consume us.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if Broccoli has time, we'll get him to Skype into one of the shows.
We'll call him on the phone.
And see what he has to say.
Hit me up on that hotline bling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only during EA, though.
I got time for you.
Oh.
Anytime.
Sure. Okay. I don't know if you know, but Drake and Pusha T not getting along these days.
Oh, man, I could go off on that. I could talk about that for 20 minutes.
That
Please
blew
don't.
up.
Yo, Pusha took shots. Shots
Yeah.
fired, yo.
Pusha slammed Drake's brand. And you know what Drake's brand is? Like, not good. So good on him, I guess. I don't know.
It was harsh. It was harsh criticism.
The explanation for the blackface picture
was real bad.
it was weird.
It was real
the
bad.
whole thing up and down, very strange. Yeah. I don't want to be a rapper anymore because I'm scared of beefs.
Anymore.
And
Yeah.
I was going to say, that's always been a rapper.
Because your favorite food group is beefs.
I do enjoy
and
beefs.
you like beefy men.
I love all of these things,
Yeah.
but I don't like beefs in
You don't
rap.
like rap beefs.
I don't like because I'm very sensitive. I can handle that.
Hey, they're too hot. They're
Yeah.
sizzling too hot.
If Snoop Dogg put out an album where the cover art was a picture of me on the beach and it just said like fat guys be fat or something, I'd be like, man, I'd be really sad because I can't handle that. I don't know how Drake does this, but
It's
also
almost like he goes to bed on millions and millions of dollars
I guess there is that.
with millions and millions of women.
Also, he probably shouldn't get women pregnant and then not, follow up on that. And allegedly demand that they get abortions. Is that true?
Apparently, he's been paying child support.
Good for him. That's the right thing to do. If you're a parent, you got to pitch in, man. You got to pitch in.
I mean, he started from the bottom. Now he's here.
That's true. He did start
You're not
from the
wrong.
bottom.
Drew, I should mention before we get into our first topic as well. If you live
Wait. The Drake Pusha T
Oh,
beef
I
wasn't
thought-
the
yeah.
first topic?
All right, before we get into our second topic, we got to mention
Coming
something.
this fall, Drake's Battle Royale.
So, Drew, we're in Ontario.
We are.
It needs to be said, we're not going to talk politics at all.
No.
But go vote, please.
Yeah.
Please go vote this
Yeah.
election. Please.
Don't complain about stuff if you haven't voted. You just go out there, vote, make it happen.
Yeah.
Vote or die.
We can't tell you who to vote for.
Nor should we.
Nor can we. We're prohibited from publicly supporting any candidate or party. But you should vote. Voting is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go vote.
Rock the vote.
On June
right
9th,
there?
go vote.
It really hurts.
Yeah.
No,
All right. Well, while Drew gives Brock a massage,
Creepy massage.
let's go into topic 2, I guess, instead of topic 1. Fallout 76. There's a new Fallout game, guys.
Yeah.
Get hyped.
welcome to the Fallout, baby.
They had the coolest live stream ever of an entire day of just a Fallout bobblehead and a little
weird
screen
shit,
that
yeah.
says "Please stand by," and
well-
like 100,000 people were concurrently watching it.
He went to sleep at one point.
He did go to sleep at one
to
point.
bed. They put him-
They're also like weird people just coming in with like balloons and stuff.
They tucked him in.
Yeah.
Real cute.
Exactly. And then like Pete Hines, of course, had a cool balloon at the end. And it was really cool.
I miss my Fallout Boy bobblehead. I don't know where that is anymore.
Yeah. So
Hey, is there any relationship between that dude and the band?
who?
No. Fallout Boy?
Yeah.
I wish it was called Fallout Boy
Yeah.
76.
Fallout Boy 76?
They just
Yeah.
have a connection to The Simpsons.
And then
not
like the
Fallout.
cover art would just be a picture of Pete Wentz's dick.
Good dick! Good dick!
It's not a bad dick.
It's not a bad dick.
It's not a bad. I don't know why he was so upset
It's a
about that.
decent sized dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. You look skinny in it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's got abs or something. I don't know.
Like me, we both have terrible dick tattoos.
He's a dick tattoo?
Yeah, it's right on top.
Oh.
You didn't look like. I see what your eyes were.
Yeah.
Distracted.
I was going right for the tip.
Distracted. Just
Yeah.
the tip.
Jesus.
This is a weird show.
Yeah, it is.
These are
So
weird.
so let's talk about
Comfortable?
Let's talk about Fallout 76. So,
Yeah.
we pretty much know nothing about this game other than there was a brief trailer that sort of set the mood for everything. In the trailer, it indicated that this takes place in the year 2102, which would actually place it the earliest of all the Fallout games,
Yes.
even before Fallout 1. But after the Great War started, which I think was 2077, if I remember correctly.
2076 is when the bombs fell.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
It was close. So basically, Vault 76 was actually mentioned in Fallout 3. It was listed in the list of DC Vault area vaults.
Yeah.
So it was actually a control vault. And what that basically means is there weren't any experiments or anything like that. There were 500 people in the vault,
Yeah.
and they were just living there.
They
were
didn't like sew up their buttholes or anything.
Yeah.
You know.
So
It was in Fallout 4 too.
yeah.
They mentioned in Fallout 4 this vault.
Yeah. So we have no idea, though, what kind of game this is or anything like that. Now, again, there are rumors that it is an online survival RPG.
There are rumors that came from Jason Schreier, who said multiple sources have confirmed.
Yeah.
So you tell me, is that a rumor or not? I mean, it's a rumor in so much as that is not the official line of the
It is
studio.
rumor until it's proven true.
Right.
That's how I always put things. So, again, it's very likely
So
that
this
that's
isn't
true.
an Overwatch crossover.
No, not Soldier 76 is not making an appearance. I'm
Well,
sorry.
you don't know that.
I
He
mean,
could very well.
he could.
Apparently, this is a reference to like some American centennial or something, right? Because like 1776 or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
So was that the year the Union was formed?
I don't know.
The Declaration of
Well,
Independence.
they have the Centennial Day banner in there,
Yeah.
but that's celebrating the Centennial Day in when the vault was supposed to open.
That was
in-
what they call Reclamation Day. No, I'm generally like
Reclamation
no. This is supposed to be 76 is supposed to be a reference to the American Centennial.
Then I got
They've
nothing
said
right.
that in press stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is supposed to be an online survival RPG.
like Daisy.
I'm suspecting it's going to be like DayZ or Rust or something like
Yeah.
that. We know that the studio. So but again, official word is the only studio working on this is the Bethesda Maryland studio.
Yep.
But again, sources are saying that this studio that was working on Battlecry Studios,
Mm-hmm.
which that game disappeared. They're probably not working on Battlecry anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone.
They're definitely not.
Now we know why.
Yeah. The rumor is probably that they're
Yeah.
working on this.
Well, and we know that Bethesda, the Maryland studio, it has 3 games in development.
Yeah.
And we know one of them is Starfield, whatever their new IP essentially, which is supposed to come out in like a couple of years. So we don't know what the other game is as well. But we do know that this is coming from them. So this is we know at least one of their games.
So yeah, this is weird though. The whole way they went about it, their whole like viral marketing campaign stuff is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. It's working.
It must
Got
have been
people-
about to leak, and that's why they kind of dropped
Yeah.
this. It must have
Yeah.
been just about to leak.
There was so much buzz about this announcement once they started teasing it though. Like
Yeah.
people went nuts with speculation of what could it possibly be.
I didn't see another Fallout game coming so soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'd think the Elder Scrolls would come first.
but this is like,
But
this
this
is
is
why
very-
this has to be a spin-off, right? This
Yeah.
is not a mainline game.
Yeah. Because even though it's not a traditional RPG like New Vegas was, it is kind of like New Vegas in a way. It sounds like, in the
Like-
sense that it's taking the same kind of assets and game world and then
But
using it in a
online.
different
I
way.
like Obsidian tweeted like hashtag not us.
They're like, how do we break it to break something to people when they think it's us, but it's not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's an online game, it sounds like.
Almost certainly. I think what Jason Schreier said is almost definitely what it is. What that means, what the final form of the game is going to mean a lot. I mean, like where that goes, like what engine is it? How many concurrent players is it? How big are the maps? So the map's randomized. What, all that kind of stuff. How games of service is this game?
Yeah.
You know,
Because from the trailer, it kind of looks like the Fallout 4 engine. Like I would be surprised if it wasn't the same engine.
Yeah.
But yeah, like other than that, is base building back or how is Preston Garvey there? Even though he's not born yet.
no, he's definitely not there.
Not
But how are you supposed to know what settlements to save, Drew?
Yeah, it's fair.
You just gotta take your chances.
That's
you gotta
why-
take your chances.
That's why I tried to kill him.
God,
at the
he was the
beginning.
worst part of Fallout 4.
Oh, fuck yeah.
He was just horrible.
Beyond the first mission, I never talked to him again,
He
and
was
then I did, and then I
absolutely
never
awful.
understood the meme.
Yeah, yeah, because it's just like every time you see him, it's like, I got another settlement. So there's not enough settlements in this game. What the fuck?
But he sent me to go to save one settlement, and you know what I did? I killed all the people in the settlement.
You play video games.
So then I went back to him. He's like, another settlement needs your help. So then I went to that settlement and then murdered everyone.
Okay. So Ryan's a sociopath. It'll be interesting to see what this, 'cause the devil's in the details with this game.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we won't know until after the presser this weekend. Which is exciting. I'm excited that there's just a new Fallout game.
Yeah.
And I want to know more.
So by all accounts, it's most likely set in West Virginia.
Yeah.
The clue from the
And again,
song.
the vault we know is in the DC area.
Yeah.
So
West Virginia early before. So I think they're trying to suggest that it's before the Brotherhood comes to the East Coast.
It also sounds like it's before.
Because the Brotherhood of Steel's from the West Coast. They don't get to the East Coast until basically Fallout 3.
Well, it even sounds like it's before the super mutants.
Yes. Well, I mean, the super mutants in theory go all the way back to the beginning of.
Right.
But yeah, the super mutants, like they start in DC and on the West Coast and then expand out. They don't. They're not just everywhere after the bombs fall. So because it's where the FEV virus gets out. So
take me down country road to the place where I belong. In West Virginia.
All right, we're going to get a copyright strike. You need to stop.
I think my voice is just too good for that song.
The last thing we need is John Denver's estate calling us.
But they didn't use John Denver's version in the trailer.
That's not John Denver's
version? It was someone else's version.
It was like a cover version.
It was a cover. They didn't have the money for John Denver either.
Couldn't get that John Denver money.
Maybe he just didn't want to part with it. Maybe it wasn't a money thing. Kind of like why the Beatles didn't want to be on iTunes for the longest time. It wasn't a money thing.
No, the Beatles didn't want to be on iTunes because they had a long-standing rivalry with Apple Computers because their record company was called Apple Records long before Apple Computers came along.
Still,
John Lennon just hated iTunes back in his day.
Still goes to it.
That's why he got shot.
Still falls.
It was Steve. It was Steve all along.
Well, you didn't like beefs, but clearly beefs are in rock as well.
I don't know. I don't mind beefs. I just don't want to be the subject of a beef. So don't beef with me, dog.
Fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Because like I said, I'm too sensitive for that.
Yeah.
I can't handle that.
Anyways, let's move on. Next topic this week. On the same day as the Fallout teases, we got a couple announcements actually from the Pokemon Company.
Oh yeah, that happened.
So they had a press event in Japan where they flew a bunch of North American press out to basically announce Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are coming out this year.
Yeah.
So again, this kind of sounds like the Pokemon game we heard about, but we do know, before we get into Let's Go Eevee, that the new Gen 8 Pokemon game is actually not coming out until 2019. But this is actually a remake of Pokemon Yellow, essentially. It's a reimagining of that game. So it comes out on Switch on November 16th. And basically, they changed the formula up in a lot of unique ways, I guess I'll put it. I'm not going to say bad. That's what a lot of people on the internet are saying. But basically what they're doing is sort of integrating Pokemon Go into this game. First of all, if you have Pokemon Go on your phone, you would import your Pokemon from Pokemon Go into this game, kind of like Pokemon Stadium used to do with back in the day. There are also no random battles in the bushes anymore. You'll see Pokemon on the overworld that you can battle, but essentially all you do is do the catching minigame from Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
There are Pokemon battles with other trainers just out in the wild, as well as the gym leaders. All that stuff's still there, and they'll play out the traditional way. They showed that in the trailer. There's also co-op for the first time in a Pokemon game, like a Pokemon RPG. And it's going to follow the same story, as I mentioned, as Pokemon Yellow. So you're going to go through Kanto with the same 8 gym leaders, and then you'll fight the Elite Four at the end. You can catch Mewtwo, walk a dog, get Sbarro. All that good stuff. All that stuff you do in Pokemon games.
There's no Sparrow in Pokemon.
There are also no HMs this time around. Thank fucking God, because HMs are the worst in Pokemon games. They're the abilities you have to use to traverse the environment.
Yeah, there's the thing that like sections off the environment.
Yeah. Which is why like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire sucked. Because not only did you have HMs, but there was water everywhere, which was very annoying.
Hey, Nintendo now is just going to start printing their own money, right? Like, 'cause that's essentially what they're doing with this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, this is going to be fucking dope. Did you see the Pokeball controller? Have you seen the Pokeball controller?
I have not.
It's a Switch controller, the little joystick, little button on the Pokeball is a little joystick.
Yes.
And you can use it to do the fuck. They have all my money.
Yeah, because you can
Nintendo.
play the entire game with the Pokeball controller.
Fuck yeah, you can.
Yeah. You don't even need a Joy-Con, and the game plays on a single Joy-Con.
You can lube it up and stick in your butt.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
I don't know about that.
This is how excited I am about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And original Pokemon, like they're doing everything right.
I mean, not only does it tap into that nostalgia from the original 150, but it uses a unique way of approaching it. Like if it was just a standard remake of Pokemon Yellow, I think people would actually be less excited about it.
I would be excited if it was just standard remake of it.
Yeah.
I don't like these new features at all.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I mean, I would be.
I'm not
but
feeling it.
Yeah, because the idea is this is supposed to be like the more casual Pokemon with like the more like hardcore Pokemon experience coming next year.
Yeah, this just doesn't. It seems like way too much work.
Also, like Eevee and Pikachu.
Yeah, who the fuck wants to play as Eevee?
I do. Eevee's so much cooler than Pikachu. Are you
What
kidding?
is wrong with you?
No, no. Give me.
What does Eevee evolve into?
It's
It's
Squirtle.
three different Pokemon.
Eevee lame.
It's Squirtle or bust, dude. You know.
But you can't
Squirtle.
pick Squirtle.
It's all Squirtle.
I like Charmander.
Really? Because Bulbasaur's the best.
What?
I like Bulbasaur.
Nobody likes
No,
Bulbasaur.
I always-
Bulbasaur. Nobody likes Bulbasaur.
I
Why do you
always-
need a leaf Pokemon?
I always like playing as Bulbasaur. He's the coolest.
Y'all know I'm in the Squirtle squad, so
Yeah.
Squirtle.
yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, they have cool sunglasses.
Squirtle does wear sunglasses, though.
Fucking right,
I
he
do
does.
like that.
He's cool.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
you know he's cool.
He's a chill Pokemon.
Yeah, I love the original three, so it makes me sad when they're like, oh, we're not going to do those. We're going to do Eevee and Pikachu. Suck a dick.
Now, to be fair, though, you can't actually evolve your Pikachu or your Eevee, so they'll always be the same. You can then get
That's
other
even worse
Pikachu.
then.
Hey, guess what's super lame?
No, but
That.
But think about it this way: if you just had Squirtle, you wouldn't be able to make him Blastoise.
Yeah, well, that would.
That's fine, because Squirtle's so cool.
Yeah,
Eevee's not cool. Eevee's like a dumb cat.
Eevee is
Yeah.
way cooler than Pikachu.
You know, how much I struggled with thinking about whether or not I was going to evolve my Squirrel to a Wartortle. I mean, you have to do it just so you can progress in the game, but it's. That's a hard choice, man. Because I mean, if you evolve him, is he really the same person anymore? Like you're killing Squirtle.
I mean,
Right?
it's true.
Eevee's never solves any crimes.
No.
Eevee's no detective. Eevee doesn't talk.
Eevee's also not voiced by Danny DeVito.
No.
Yeah, so there's a knock on Eevee.
Eevee hasn't even been to law school.
Yeah, Eevee's done nothing with her life.
Wait, Eevee's a female?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, there are male and female Eevees,
This particular one?
just like there's male and female
Well, they're
Pikachu's.
both pretty feminine looking.
Yeah.
They both are.
They basically look the same.
Yeah.
Happy Pride Month.
The whole fun thing about Eevee is being able to rub the stones on it and evolve it into the different things.
Yeah, because it has 3 evolutions, which is cooler than
Well,
just
it's
one.
three evolutions in the original. It eventually has 5.
Well, yeah,
Really?
Yeah, there's a dark and a psychic Eevee as
Oh.
well.
yeah. Vaporeon's definitely the coolest one. I'm sorry.
That's the water one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a weird tail and stuff.
Yeah,
Sure.
likes to splash
Okay.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, either way, I'm actually really excited about this because I'm really excited that Pokemon's just back this year. I'm
Sure.
excited to play this game, and yeah, November 15th or 16th is much better than it coming out in October because right now we have no idea of any games coming out in November just yet. This is the only one that we know about.
Yeah.
Whereas every fucking game is coming out in October, which we'll get to in a bit when we talk about other game announcements this week.
Yeah.
Anyways,
October. It's when games come out.
including Red Dead. All right, let's move on. So, Drew, we had a bit of a sad story we've got to talk about this week.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Fucking James Marsden is going to be in the Sonic movie. Holy shit.
Is he
I
ready?
couldn't- I
Is he ready for all the memes?
I can't believe they couldn't get Paul Rudd.
Well, it's not confirmed that Paul Rudd's not in it.
It's true.
Oh.
Paul Rudd
Rudd
hasn't
still
come out
could
and
be in
said.
it.
So it could be James Marsden
They're
and Paul
casting
Rudd.
more than just one real character.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a mix of real people and Sonic characters.
Yeah.
Well, I know about that.
Hey, it worked in
Unbelievable.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the 360 one, so clearly it'll work here.
No.
Or Sonic and the Secret Rings. There are also real people in that game too.
I don't like
Sonic
the sound of
Adventure?
this movie.
Yeah.
Remember when Sonic kissed that girl or whatever? He had a
Yeah.
human girlfriend?
Hey, she kissed him in order for him to live.
Sounds a lot like Howard the Duck.
I was
Maybe
gonna
they're
say
doing a
this-
Howard the,
the
Duck
Duck.
thing with
Yeah,
it.
this-
Oh, Sonic titties.
Yeah, if like
Yeah.
Sonic was just like really rude, he's like, I'm gonna eat some fucking cheese dogs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blast that girl in the butt.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast in these hookers.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like, that's what he says when he has sex. Gotta go fast.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm into it. And Tails could be like a junkie.
Yeah. Yeah, like a real dark urban Sonic.
Yeah.
We could get Max Landis to write this.
Oh, perfect.
he really understands
storytelling.
Yeah. I was going to say something much, much worse.
I'm glad you erred on the side of caution.
Yeah.
So, Drew, we ought to talk about this other story. The actual story I was alluding to, not the Sonic one.
Something different.
Oh.
So, this is actually the story that you wanted to really talk about this week. So,
Yeah.
let's talk about this.
Spend a lot of time talking about this because, it is what it is. But
And we don't know everything about it, and I don't think we ever will, but we should still really talk about it. So Polygon posted a report this week that they had basically heard from some Xbox support staff who had been let go. There were 12 people in total, and they apparently were replaced by Xbox ambassadors,
right.
which are AKA volunteers.
Yeah, so the short of this is the headline essentially is Xbox fired employees and replaced them with volunteers. Now, these people actually were technically working for an agency and not directly for Xbox.
Right.
They were working for an agency.
As more support centers sort of work.
Yeah. I mean, lots of people, they contract out, lots of companies.
I worked in a support center, I know this.
Yeah, contract out their support teams. Yeah. That's very, very common. So this was a company they had hired. Now, the other part of this is, and these are the people who, if you tweeted at Xbox support on Twitter, these were the people who would answer. Yep. In theory.
Because that Twitter account runs 24/7.
Yeah. And
someone's always there to answer you.
Not lately.
Well, it's supposed to be.
I tweeted at them not too long ago and I got no response. So the whole thing about this was that this team responded to service inquiries through Twitter. So stuff like, hey, my account's not working, I can't log on, I downloaded this movie, but it's accidentally porn, oops, how do I explain this to my wife, so on and so on. How do I hide my purchase history? Those people were being assisted by Xbox ambassadors, which is like a team of like people who are like Xbox super fans who know a lot about the systems, and they're very knowledgeable people. There's no denying that. Who would assist in answering support questions, and in turn, those people would get prizes. So if you were an Xbox ambassador, you weren't remunerated financially. Nobody sent you a check or anything.
You got paid in free stuff.
You got paid in free stuff. You got codes and games and stuff like that and other shit. None of us are ambassadors, so we don't know exactly how the program works.
Although it is very similar to when I was first learning about how radio employment works in small towns. That's how a lot of radio stations are employed.
Oh, really?
Are with volunteers that then get paid in free like concert tickets and CDs and stuff.
Right. Wow. That's really cool. In so much as that is shitty garbage.
Yeah.
At a certain point, they were told that they needed to bring on a bunch more ambassadors, and so they trained a bunch of ambassadors, and then they were told they're all being laid off. So essentially, they were forced to train their volunteer replacements, right? Which all sounds kind of gross. The only place we heard about this is from this Polygon report. A bunch of other people posted about it, like IGN posted an international story about it, and a few other people, but everybody was referencing IGN's report. So the original reporting all goes back to Polygon. All goes back to Polygon. And we don't know who those sources are.
No, we don't.
I trust Polygon to have sourced this appropriately. So
and they said there were multiple sources in the articles.
Yeah, so I don't doubt that they followed sort of like journalistic practices, but we don't have this information firsthand, so we don't know. We're saying this with the caveat of things might have gone down a little bit differently. We don't have a firsthand account of what happened. Right. But either way, it's kind of gross, and we don't know. Was this Microsoft's call? Was this the agency's call? Or what? We have no idea. Yeah. But it sucks whenever people lose their jobs. And, and especially in this kind of business, we know, like, people are super passionate about.
Especially, like, support. You want people there in support who know what they're doing and are, passionate and want to actually answer questions. But like people, unlike when you tweet them and you get no response, like Drew.
Yeah, people love video games, and people will do anything to work in video games, right? Like, movies are the same kind of way. We work in TV. Yeah, those are day job. We get that a lot. Brock, your job. I imagine there are a lot of people like these are like passion industries. That people feel really strongly about working with some of these companies. So it's easy to kind of take advantage of people sometimes. Yeah. I really hope that that's not what's happening here, and I'd love to hear Microsoft step up and say, here's what happened and here's why we made this decision. I really want to know what the reasoning is. I don't know if we'll ever hear that.
No.
but we had to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
We said, like, if this is true, there's a good chance that Microsoft probably doesn't want anyone talking about this,
Yeah.
and that's why.
Or if they do talk about it, it probably won't be till after E3.
Yeah.
For sure. All right.
Yeah.
Well, they have 2-hour press conference.
It's true. They got to fill the time with something,
Indeed,
right?
they do.
And not the 7 sequels to Scalebound that we already know is coming. That's actually not coming. I'm sorry. Sorry, folks.
Or a major title being delayed till 2019.
Are you trying to tell me that the second expansion for Sea of Thieves is not coming out till next year?
Yeah, the full version of the game. Not till next year.
Jeez. Oh, by the way, Brock, did you see that there's a 20 gig patch for State of Decay that went out last night?
No.
Apparently, it fixes a lot of the game.
Does it make the game good?
The game was always good.
It was not.
It was
It
always
was not.
Good. It was always good.
It's rough. It's real rough.
Anyways, speaking of rough things, Brock.
No, honestly, the thing I alluded to got rumored this week.
Yes, it's true.
And then Jez Corden killed the rumors.
We will talk nothing about this.
All right.
Do I know about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
We'll talk about it after. Anyways,
Oh, that thing.
let's talk about
The thing that you told us. Oh,
let's talk about what we've been playing this week.
yeah.
We got some doozies. Brock, you were away most of the week. Did you get to play anything this week?
I, as some of you may know,
Yeah.
I'm in a new loving relationship.
This is true.
Aw.
Yeah.
So I've not played I haven't touched the controller in like a week.
You pulled a Drew.
I've been using different kind of controllers, if you catch my drift.
Yeah,
but
no, I
not,
know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't played I turned on my Xbox this morning and downloaded some new stuff because the next 2 days all I'm going to do is play games.
Mm-hmm.
But the last thing I think I played was Detroit.
Okay.
Have you finished Detroit yet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. You on that new game plus?
no. I don't really care to ever go back.
I'm going for the
Really?
platinum.
Is there a real good twist at the end?
I reviewed it.
It depends on what ending you get.
I reviewed it and then thought about it, and I'm not sure if I really liked it that much. I thought it was really cheesy, and there were some really, really shitty things in there, especially towards the end.
Yeah.
But David Cage would never do
And
it.
again,
Press triangle to end slavery. Like, we're supposed to live in the future, 30 years ahead of time, 40 years, and there seems to be no racism involved, but people just hate androids.
well, I
which makes
mean,
no
they're
sense.
directing their racist powers towards the android.
That doesn't make any sense. There seems to be no divide, but they don't like these androids, but the androids talk a lot like they are the minority group, and they are, skin colored, and there's, pretty much at one point, they're like, I have a dream, but I'm an android, and you're like, fuck's sake, this is so dumb.
Yeah.
It's very David Cagey. The game looks beautiful.
Oh my god, it's so gorgeous.
looks amazing.
Especially in 4K and HDR, it looks ridiculous. Because I tried playing it in both 1080 and 4K.
The controls
Oh my
are
God.
fucking unbearably bad.
Okay, here's the thing about the controls. I think the normal controls are fine. The motion controls are terrible. But they need to throw the motion controls out there.
Excuse me, what?
No,
There's what in this game?
There's motion controls that don't work.
Yeah.
Ever.
There's
ever work.
if it was the ones that do this with the remote, it's and it never works.
I had to drive a car at one point, and it was the most painful experience in the game.
Yeah.
But things like opening doors should all just be the same motion, but every single time, everything's a different motion.
It depends on
There's
what
no fluidity.
It depends on which way the handle goes.
But
as to if you do up and down or down
Sometimes
and
it's
up.
not. Sometimes you just press X to open the door.
That's
It's
it
just
too.
all over the place with the
Yeah.
controls.
I still do think, though, after playing it, and thinking about it a lot, I think that it is my favorite Quantic Dream game.
No.
Of the three,
Say what you meant
David
to say.
Cage game.
David Cage game.
I think of the 4 games, including Fahrenheit and then Heavy Rain and then Beyond. I think it's the best one. I think it's the one that is even though yes, it has some goofy things.
It's real.
If you've gone back to Heavy Rain or Beyond lately, because I think they're more goofy than this game does. There's less David Cage-isms in this game.
I know what you're talking
I don't
about.
know. This one just should have stayed away from race.
Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
Except for the last 10 minutes, is just a work of genius. It is like this dark saw.
But it's got the best twist ever.
It's so good. It's so good. I love that.
Yeah.
So, guys, do we find out who the origami killer is? Is it a robot?
It's a robot all
Yeah,
along.
It was a robot the whole
robot.
time.
The
Except
whole time.
robotics got Kelly. Spoiler
And the
alert.
robot went back to his home planet.
No, but I do think that this game does a lot of things right. But yeah, the ending at the end, it wraps up in completely different ways, which I love.
How many endings are there? Do we know?
6.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's not a ton of variants, but they play out very differently throughout the game.
Oh.
But there's so many choices.
Because I think if we talked about our endings, Brock, they would actually probably be very different from each other because your ending probably was not Connor is crazy, and in my ending, Connor was crazy. So
Good old Connor.
yeah,
I understand he's crazy.
yeah, he's crazy. So
We're all a little crazy.
yeah. So either way, I mean, I actually really liked I think I liked Detroit a lot more than you did, but I can definitely understand where you're coming from. I definitely think it's not a game for everyone. For
No.
sure.
No.
And I do think something like Until Dawn was much better handled than this game. But again, I did enjoy the story much more than
Oh yeah, Until Dawn
Beyond,
is
for
way
example.
tighter.
Yeah.
And I liked that there was actually loss. Once I realized that no one can really die in this game, I was like, oh, that's dumb.
well, people can die, just not the beginning.
Yeah, or the middle.
Yeah. Well, you can lose someone in within the first 3 chapters, depending on your
For
actions.
good?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, we can talk about it later.
okay.
Cool.
But so Brock,
Me.
you didn't play anything this week.
No, I'm gonna play Divinity though tonight.
Excellent. That's a fun game. Drew, what did you play this week?
I played Starbound.
Starbound.
I dragged that out of the closet. I bought that like in beta, like years ago, like in early
I was
access.
gonna say because I haven't heard about that game in forever.
Well, yeah, it was finished in 2016. Like I bought it like years and years and years ago, and like when I first was playing it was like early access, and it was real rough. And now it's in a much more final state, and I was like, oh yeah, like I didn't play the final state of that game.
Okay.
And it's cool. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's you know me, I like my survival building games. It's
true.
So it's got all that, but in space, and yeah,
Well, everyone can hear you scream.
and I can play as a robot.
Very nice. It checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
It's got space. It's got robots.
Yeah,
It's got survival.
So I'm a robot. I'm digging holes in the ground and building castles and stuff. And the last patch added customizable mechs, which is dope as fuck. So I'm excited to get to that point. And you can build space stations, and yeah,
Nice.
that's really cool.
Cool.
Real cool.
As for me, I played a couple things this week.
What'd you play?
I played the Sega Genesis collection. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's out.
It's pretty dope, especially because you can play every game backwards and the text is all backwards. And it's weird.
What? Why?
Because you can, and it's cool. Like I posted a video about it on Twitter. I'm like, this is the most ridiculous thing ever. Trying to play Sonic 2 backwards
Why?
because it changes the way you play all your games. You can play Altered Base backwards, Drew.
No.
Please
you
do
still
so.
haven't answered my
Yeah,
question.
I don't
Why?
understand the point of this.
Like, is it to make it harder?
Because it actually it breaks up your muscle memory. So if like I've played Sonic 2 a million times,
Yeah.
but playing it backwards feels totally weird, and it totally like throws off my jumps and stuff.
So this is meant to be like a challenge mode kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I meant. Why? That was
Fair
what I
enough,
was
fair enough.
asking. Why would you want it?
Now, mind you, there's also a challenge mode in this game, which is really awesome as well. They have challenges for a bunch of different games. Like, for example, trying to beat the second level of Streets of Rage without picking anything up, which is more difficult than you think, because sometimes you punch someone who's standing on top of an item and you accidentally pick it up and challenge is over. So, but it's really cool because there's 53 games and a lot of cool games to check out in there. And then I played a lot of Detroit this week. That basically, last week I had only played a couple hours of it. I finished it 1.5 times because I think I'm going for the Platinum Trophy. I'm pretty close. So I'll talk about that more later. Also, I finished...
they make it pretty easy to get that plan to me.
Yeah, well...
You just go back and reset.
The hardest thing is the magazines, and there's not even really a good guide for that right now, unfortunately. And then I played Bloodstained some more because there's alternate modes that lead to different endings, and I still really love that game. I still implore anyone who likes old school Castlevania games or just action platformers to go check that game out. It's awesome. And it's probably the 10 best dollars I've ever spent on a video game in the last couple of years.
Yeah, John Orr was talking about that, and he was saying the New Game Plus stuff is really dope.
Yeah, it really totally changes the story and the way the game plays and stuff in really interesting ways. So yeah, I think it's fantastic. So let's jump into the news. Also, I want to say as well, piggybacking off the Sega Genesis collection talk, a lot of people actually reached out to me about our hidden gems last week, Drew.
Yes.
And said they really enjoyed that segment.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do that more often.
Shout out to friend of the show, Mike Primo, who was like, man, I picked up some new games because of you guys.
Sweet.
Cool.
I finally got someone to play Biohazard Battle. It's not just me.
I don't know if he played Biohazard Battle, but
You probably picked something good.
yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Brock.
I don't even know what the game is, but it sounds terrible.
Yeah.
It sounds absolutely hard. Any words biohazard, I'm out. I'm fucking out.
What about Resident Evil? Resident
Yeah.
Evil is
Oh.
Biohazard.
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
You're not going to play Japanese Resident Evil?
No, but Resident Evil 7 has Biohazard in the name.
Yeah,
Does
you
it?
can't get away from it.
It's Resident Evil 7 : Biohazard.
Well,
That's what
take
it's
it
called.
back then. That statement was dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, originally they were going to call the English game Biohazard 7 Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And then they flipped it around because they realized that
Well,
was what
no,
we call bad branding.
That's what they called it in Japan, though.
Yes.
They called it Biohazard 7 : Resident Evil
I
in
never
Japan.
finished that game. I really gotta go
It's really good.
finish that one day.
It's really good.
It was just so scary.
Maybe
I
I'll
was too scared.
borrow your PSVR.
Good. You should play it in.
Well, you don't have to play it in VR anymore, do you?
Nope.
Yeah.
You know, you can always never play it in VR. if you
VR
want
is
to.
hitting another.
That's on like Xbox and stuff. It's on consoles that don't have VR.
Yeah.
VR's PSVR is hitting another sale coming
true.
up here in
It's true.
next week.
You can buy it and play no new games.
Dreams,
play
baby.
Dreams.
Actually-
you can play Dreams.
Provided it comes out this year.
Assuming-
It's coming out September.
That's what you keep saying.
Yeah, okay, or you can play Dreams, I guess.
Yeah.
If that's that one game you want to play.
Well, to be
Or
fair,
Moss.
There will
Moss
be
is great.
There will be more announcements at the conference this year because they already said there's going to be a whole bunch. So
yeah.
we'll see. Anyways, let's wrap up with
Cooking
some
Mama VR.
some news.
Cooking Mama 2.
You mean the Cooking Mama VR game that you
Oh,
predicted
no,
last year that
Overcooked
never
2.
came out?
Yeah.
Overcooked 2.
We did get a rumor about Overcooked 2 this week.
Overcooked 2 is
It
definitely.
had a cool new
Yeah.
logo and everything.
It's definitely coming.
Yeah.
That Fortnite rumor on Switch, 100%.
It was the same rumor.
Yeah.
And also Dragon Ball Fighters on Switch would be sweet.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All the above. Everything on the Switch.
Oh, speaking of Switch, I played Did you either of you guys check out Mario Tennis Aces last night?
No, I
No.
wanted to.
I played it last night. It's a lot of fun.
I went to bed at 8:30 last night.
Jesus,
Oh wow.
that's pretty early.
It was weird. I
Did
woke
you-
and then
did
I
you-
woke up
did-
at 1:30 and I didn't know what to do with myself.
Did you take some Ambien and then start tweeting?
No, I take Ambien. I surprisingly stay non-racist.
Oh, yeah, it's funny. When I take sleep aids, they also don't turn me into a racist.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not one of the side effects.
No.
It's not listed on the bottle. Right?
No,
It's definitely
no.
not.
And then they tweeted it out that it is definitely not a side
A
effect.
known side effect of
Yes.
Ambien is being a racist. Yeah.
Wow, it's like Roseanne Barr has been a racist for 20 years, 30 years, her whole life.
Perhaps.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing new. I did a comedy show bit. I did Comedy Bar this week, and I went on a 5-minute tangent about Roseanne.
Yeah.
I got a lot of cheers from all the women in the audience, which is
Good-
what I like
good
to
for
hear.
you.
And then a lot of groans.
Yeah.
A lot of groans.
Yep, sounds about right.
But that was just about my
It was interesting that
daddy
like
issues.
there was that happened. The Roseanne thing happened, and then the popular rumor was maybe the U.S. government was going to hire Roseanne, and then the Samantha Bee thing happened, and then the president himself called on the network to have Samantha Bee fired. It's like, wow, interesting. It really shows you where your priorities are there, Donald Trump. Yeah, racism okay, but if someone suggests that you fuck your daughter, that maybe they should be fired. Yeah. Go figure.
We never need to talk about Donald Trump ever again on this show. It's over.
I mean, he's still got another 2 years at least. So
Good lord.
yeah.
All right.
When the end comes, when inevitably he starts the war that destroys the world because he is the Antichrist, we'll have to talk about it.
When
I
our
got
world
pitched
is
on a
falling.
Donald Trump VR game, and I immediately deleted the email. But I don't know anything more than that.
What do you mean you got pitched on a Donald Trump?
I don't know, it ended
We're
up
like,
my
we're looking
thing.
for producers.
No. Like it was
they had
an
a
actual
Patreon.
game, and they wanted to see if I wanted to give it coverage.
No.
Okay,
Well, there you go.
very interesting. Anyway, moving on.
Anyways, let's move on. First on the docket, and of course, this just kills me. With its existence leaking via a keychain spotted in the wild,
Yeah.
Ubisoft has confirmed that the next entry in the Assassin's Creed franchise is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We'll know all about it at E3, and it takes place in ancient Greece. There's a 2-second gameplay thing of a dude kicking someone else off a cliff.
Yeah. So
The game is called Locker Up. For those that want to play a Trump VR game.
Oh my God.
They also have another one called Make America Great Again, the Trump presidency.
Okay, anyway, so Assassin's Creed
Assassin's
Odyssey.
Creed looks
Assassin's Creed
great.
Odyssey, set in ancient Greece. I mean, if If the name is any indication, this is going to be probably set shortly after the...
Super Mario crossover?
Yes.
Okay.
It'll likely be set shortly after the
After
Hellenic Wars, the war against Troy. So, like, the Odyssey is the story of, like, Odysseus coming back from the war and then it taking a really long time. He literally takes the slowest boat from Troy across the Adriatic Sea to go.
Yeah.
It takes him, like was it 7 years? 10 years? It takes a really long time. His wife's really upset about it. And she's, like, thinking, maybe I should bone down with some other dudes. And then he shows up and he's like, no, don't you fuck other dudes, I'm back.
I mean, if she waited 10 years, good on her.
I know.
I would have given up after 10 days.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Maybe he was just special, man.
But
Sometimes, like, if it's like, you know, you're overdue by like a couple hours, I'm thinking about, oh, you're probably dead. I should just move on.
our friendly video game internet reporter, Jason Schreier,
Yes.
said that the game might take place 300 years before Origins, which doesn't make any sense,
I mean, that math
or
doesn't
300
work out.
years after,
It's probably after.
Yeah.
which would make sense. But then Bartek might be in it as well, which also doesn't add up.
Bayek.
There's
also doesn't add up.
there's a distinct possibility. I mean, all those other things doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense, but, like, you know, ancient Egypt and ancient Greece did overlap to some degree. You know, like, Mark Antony he was a Greek dude and went and sucked. Was he Roman? I don't know. There was some relationship between those people in ancient Egypt. So that was a thing that happened.
They also have, if you look at the font and the coloring of the logo and everything, it kind of looks like it's supposed to be a sequel to Origins. This would sort of go back to what they talked about, where they wanted to double down on, like, the Origins timeline.
Yeah.
And sort of make, like, put all their resources into Origins, which is why we didn't think another game was coming this year.
Yeah, I don't really want another game this year.
Who's the studio? I wonder.
We don't know.
It'll probably be the usual amalgamation of, like, 8 different Ubisoft studios.
No, Quebec was the lead on Origin, so I wonder if maybe Montreal was the lead on this one.
Yeah, who knows? We,
Nice, we'll find out.
we just don't know enough
It
about
seems
this.
so soon.
Yeah.
It does. This was the problem, was that they were annualizing Assassin's Creed and people were getting burned out.
This is why, like,
So
when
now
we
we're
saw
back
the
to that?
Walmart leak, no one believed it because it had Assassin's Creed on there, and we were like, it's too soon for one. But now I believe everything the Walmart leak says because it fucking leaked this and Rage and, like, another game we're going to talk about in a second.
Yeah, it's confirmed. That leak was 100% accurate.
Yeah, because, I mean,
Good old Walmart Canada.
yeah, I mean, Just Cause is on there, Borderlands 3, Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell, come on. It's got to exist, guys. We know it. We know about
Splinter
it.
Cell
Just tell us.
Apocalypse. I'm telling you. Confirmed.
Yeah,
Going to be on the Xbox stage just for Brocky.
yeah. Yeah. Either way,
That's how he wants it.
Sam Fisher, baby.
anyway, I'm excited about this. I really want, I'm excited to see what this game actually is. I hope it's actually a 2019 game. Like, they're probably I'm hoping they just announce it now and then it's coming out next year. Like they did with, like, Rainbow Six or something.
Before the fiscal quarter, so March 2019.
Yeah, so, but it could be like an early 2019
Sure,
game.
that'd be okay.
Because if, like, this came out in October, I'm not going to play it right away.
No,
I'm sorry.
like a January, February release.
Yeah,
All right,
that'd
all
be
right.
pretty
Now
sweet.
we talking, fam.
Yeah, exactly. So next up, Sega has announced Team Sonic Racing is coming to PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch sometime this winter. I don't know if did you guys either of you play Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed?
I just downloaded it.
Yeah,
No.
because it's on Games with Gold this month.
Yeah.
I really like that game because it's made by Sumo Digital, who worked on Disney Infinity and some other stuff. It was a really fun kart racing game, despite the fact that it had Sonic in it. So I'm really excited about this one because they're also doing this one, and it plays a lot like Diddy Kong Racing. So if you like Diddy Kong Racing, I think you'll like
I'm
Sonic All Stars.
intrigued.
Yeah. Even though, again, you have Big the Cat and some other dumb Sonic characters.
I do love Big the Cat.
I mean, everyone does, right? He's got the biggest car,
I like the green bird because I don't know his name, and at that point, like, just kind of fuck it.
and he's a cool hoverboarder.
Sure.
Dude. I don't know, man. Anyways, next up, our friends at WB announced the game as well. Lego DC Supervillains. It's arriving on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch on October 16th. I believe, if memory serves correctly, this is the same week as Call of Duty. So it's the one game that's going against Call of Duty, guys. Get hyped. But did either of you see the trailer for this?
What?
For
DC villains.
DC
Yeah,
villains?
stoked. Great. More Lego games. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean,
It looks
Okay.
pretty cool.
it's different because you're playing as villains this time.
Yeah.
I'm kind of burnt out on Lego games too.
Yeah, the formula is like, even if it's a twist, I'm kind of tired of the travel.
I will admit, I get less excited about the Lego games because I know they're not Dimensions.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Dimensions is all I ever wanted in a Lego game.
I do like Clayface.
And it doesn't exist anymore. Which
We
makes
get
you
lots of
sad.
Clayface. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Well, you probably play as Clayface.
What are you doing?
You also probably play as, like, really, like, ridiculous villain, like Post Office Man.
Post Office Man?
I don't know.
What
man.
about
You mean Calendar Man?
I don't know, I was making people up.
Man?
Yeah, there's some really bad ones.
Yeah,
Actual
some
really
really
bad ones
bad
you could have
ones.
gone to.
I know.
Like Egghead?
I couldn't think of any, so I made them
Fucking
up.
Ryan, Egghead, man. What are you fucking doing?
I don't read comic books. I don't like superheroes.
Next news story.
Next news story, and the last one on this list, although I have one that I should throw in here. This one got me excited, really excited. Capcom has confirmed Mega Man 11's release date. So, Drew, you and I talked about it last week. They had leaked the release date, but we didn't know for sure. In fact, it is arriving on the same date we talked about last week, which is October 2nd. It's on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch. They also announced an Amiibo edition on Switch. So it comes with a new Mega Man 11 Amiibo, specifically made for this game.
I like that.
As well as a Dr. Wily logo patch, some cool stickers of some Robot Masters, and a stage select screen microfiber cloth. I'm really excited about this one, mainly because I love Amiibos, and I want it just for the Amiibo because the Amiibo for Mega Man 11 looks awesome.
Okay, I gotta look this up because I haven't seen this yet.
Yeah, I have a pre-order. I'm ready to go. I'm really excited about this game. But Drew, you excited for Mega Man 11? I mean, being the other person here who likes Mega Man.
I do love Mega Man. Yeah, I am excited for Mega Man 11.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll fuck with Mega Man 11. Sure.
Yeah.
I like the idea that there's an Amiibo and a microfiber cloth because gotta get that merch.
Yeah.
They
also confirmed that new, I think it's Double Cross feature they talked about it, that we saw on the leak. And they showed a little bit of gameplay where you can sacrifice, I believe you sacrifice your health, but you can overcharge your booster, like your Mega Buster. You can also use it to slow down time and whatnot and do some cool things. So I'm interested to see how that sort of changes up the gameplay. But otherwise, it looks like almost like a version of Mega Man 7 that doesn't look terrible, because Mega Man 7 is a bad game. Don't play it. And the last thing I wanted to talk about before we move on to new releases, Drew, there was an Indiegogo that launched this week, or not an Indiegogo.
A Kickstarter?
It wasn't a Kickstarter. Maybe it was on Indiegogo.
Crowdfunding?
You keep saying Drew's name and skipping me. Why?
Well, because do you know anything about the Atari?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna talk. All right, Brock. Did you know that? Did you know the Atari VCS went up for pre-orders this week?
Yes, I did.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you were interested in Atari stuff.
I'm not. I know it was coming out.
I feel like we both equally hate this. This is more just like garbage.
I just don't like it. I just don't have any need for it.
Did you see the description of what it actually does though?
Like Atari as a brand, don't care. Like it is just a name that's been passed around between a whole bunch of companies. It is a shell of a name. It means nothing.
Right.
There's no exciting or interesting philosophy behind this. It's not like Nolan Bushnell is involved in this.
There are no games.
There are no
There are 2 games.
The PR team has emailed me 3 times a day since the announcement.
Yeah.
Every single day.
They want you in on it.
saying, look at this Atari.
The only thing, this is like on the levels of like the Phantom in terms of like level of interest.
Except it'll actually be a console that exists.
I'm still until I see one in person, I find that hard to believe. Or like this is like on par with the Ouya. Like they're just trying to make like a budget console and they're cashing in on a name that like they're just suckering people into.
Because it is
the Intellivision is the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah, which
Don't
also
care
got
about
announced this week. Tommy Tallarico in charge of Intellivision now.
Tommy, what are you doing?
I mean, he wants to make his own console. Where you can play high heat baseball all over again.
All right.
Tommy hates that game, but I felt like saying that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Terry loves yogurt.
He does.
But the reason I wanted to bring up
How
the
many
Atari
yogurts
thing.
did he eat? Like he was like 5 by the time they were done.
There was a lot of yogurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to bring that up too because the Atari VCS is just shot through the roof. Somehow it's made like 3,000% of its
Because
asking
people are
for.
dumb.
Because people are
They
silly.
really like nostalgia.
They see the word Atari and think, oh yeah, but not realizing that again, Atari is not a brand. It's not the same brand in the mid 80s, right? Like the company's been bought and sold 14 times.
But if you say, hey, Atari to it, it'll talk back to you.
I don't care.
Great.
Super don't care.
Get an Alexa that does the same thing.
I love that. That was the
Hey, Atari, set yourself on fire.
Hey, Atari, get good games.
Hey, Atari, be successful.
Hey, Atari, order me a PlayStation 4.
It's a video game company that wasn't that great, that went bankrupt in 1985. You know, like, I don't know why anybody would be excited other than just blind, absurd nostalgia.
Yeah.
Don't fucking.
Don't get me wrong. There is one cool thing about it, and that is that you get to play. You can use it to play modern. You can play Atari games on a modern television, which has always been difficult because the Atari 2600 only has. It only uses RF and out, so you can't actually hook RCA cables up to it, and there's no like HDMI version other than the Atari Flashbacks micro console, which is terrible.
I got a 4K UHD TV.
I'm just saying
Pong.
that's its only redeeming
You
feature.
can just get an RF modulator. It's not that hard to do if you're really dedicated to do it. But you know what the real question is? Why would you want to play Atari 2600 games? Because they're all shitty versions of better games.
This is also true.
It's like I could play Centipede on the Atari 2600, or you could play the arcade version of Centipede, which is night and day better, or Pac-Man, or
Oh my god, Pac-Man's the worst
horrific
one, dude.
just mistake, the aborted fetus that is fucking the ET game.
Yeah.
You know, like
Is that on there? Because that would be awesome.
a game so bad they literally buried it in the desert. You know, like for God's sake, no, don't do this.
Yeah.
Don't buy this, people. Please don't.
Yeah.
I'm just
This
begging.
is a PSA to folks at home.
Don't buy this.
Go vote. Don't buy Atari.
Yeah. We're just all about
Yeah.
PSAs today, guys.
Absolutely.
If your party leader thinks Ataris are cool,
yeah.
don't vote for them.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. If part of their platform is bring back Atari, fucking no.
No,
Don't X that.
don't jump in. All right, so let's wrap up with this week's new releases.
Yeah.
Brock, before the show started, it has been established. The Game Moose party line has been established by the majority vote of 2-1. You and me being the 2, Drew being the 1.
Shaq Fu!
We care about Shaq Fu, ladies and gentlemen, on the Game Moose podcast.
Yeah.
Give yourself a clap at home. This is the week Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn, finally comes out.
Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely.
Who's hyped for this
We're
besides
the
me?
official podcast of Shaq Fu. I'm calling up the PR people. We're putting it on the box.
Yeah.
We're 100% behind Shaq Fu.
Big ass baby.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Drew,
outvoted.
but, we outvoted you. We
Yeah.
care about Shaq Fu on this
When you guys
podcast.
play this and be like, oh, why did I spend money on this? Why did I agree to put our names on the box? And you're like,
But it's got Shaq.
I got to outvote.
No regrets, Drew. No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Yeah. So get excited. Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn, out this week.
I just hope LeBron makes an appearance in this game.
No.
No.
There's too much beef there.
LeBron James.
Yeah, too much beef.
Yeah.
LeBron Fu.
Other games that come out this week.
I play that.
Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle out this week. From what I played of the demo, if you like fighting games and you like Blaze Blue, go play this game because it's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vampire out this week on
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah, we
Indie
really want
game
to play
from
that game,
.mod.
but they're having a hell of a time getting it out to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, Shape of the World out this week. It's like a cool indie game. It looks pretty cool. Also from other people that we know. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon comes to Xbox One this week. It was delayed at the last minute, but finally out to people this week. Also, people were complaining because their Kickstarter backer codes weren't getting out to them. They're, from what I understand, they're actually getting out to people now, so you should have your code by now, hopefully. The Banner Saga 2 comes to Switch this week.
Ooh.
Go play that. It's
Yeah,
fun.
play
MotoGP 18 out this week. Just keeps want to race
Is that the
motorcycles.
Is that the flying jet ski game?
No, it's got motorcycles.
Oh, what's the one with the flying jet skis? That's Moto something. Moto
I don't know what it's
Extreme
called.
Future stuff.
Checks out.
Yeah,
Checks out.
yeah.
And last game out this
Call
week,
me.
Sushi Striker: The Way of Sushido.
It's interesting
Out of
because
Friday.
Brock was that's how Brock was playing that when we started the
Yeah.
episode. He was playing Sushi Striker
Yeah, it
with his
was.
mouth.
There's an FMV game coming out this week.
There is.
There is.
I
It's called
missed
The
it.
Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker.
That sounds.
How do you know about this game?
I got sent it. You're a psychiatrist trying to solve a murder while treating the unusual patients of the recently deceased
This is-
Dr. Decker. Ask any question and collect the evidence as you uncover the identity of randomly generated murder whilst trying to figure out the chaos that was left behind.
That sounds awesome.
It was made by Deveki Studios.
The podcast is just now us reading copy.
No, you know what, Drew? That's what we're doing on Friday. We're playing this game.
Okay.
It's going to be great.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So before we go, Drew, plugs go.
I'm at D McMillan on Twitter, and game-boost.com is the website. We publish every Monday on Apple Podcasts and Google Play and Spreaker and a bunch of other services.
Not SoundCloud, though.
Not SoundCloud, because fuck SoundCloud. And follow us at game_moose_cast and send us emails and stuff. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't forget to write a review and tell your friends about the podcast, because we'd appreciate that.
Also, E3 coverage this week.
Indeed.
Get hype, motherfuckers. game-moose.com/live.
We'll be live.
To watch that. To watch us talk about the pressers.
Or you can find us on mixer.com/GameMoose.
Yeah. There you go. Broccoli, where can people find you? Here we go.
I'm going to be on my best behavior this week.
Sure, you are.
Thanks,
You can
Brock.
find me on Twitter, at Brock McLaughlin. You can find me in Xbox Canada's videos and find out how I became a zombie.
Yeah.
Just search Xbox
Spoiler alert.
Canada.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, but you don't know how I do it.
It's true.
It's pretty epic. I did fall filming that with holding a real hammer, and the hammer bounced off the ground and went right back into my cheekbone.
Oh, my God.
That hurt. And
That sounds
then
painful.
I fell on my knee, went right into a rock, and my knee erupted in blood. And then I took a rock to the head, and I had a big gash on my head.
Cool.
I have a lot of bruises and cuts across my body,
Yeah, wow.
which is nothing new. I'm really into BDSM, so
Cool.
it happens.
Yeah.
And that's where you can find me in the dungeon.
Yeah.
Just hanging out, eating popcorn,
Yeah.
tied up.
Yeah.
Also, BrockstarGaming.com. Go look at that.
Sure.
That's a website.
Yeah.
I haven't posted much.
Or pornhub.com/Brock's Dungeon.
Honestly, you do search my name on Google, one of the first pictures that come up is my dick. It's covered.
Don't Google
It
that.
does come up.
Don't Google that.
It's me wearing undies and looking really good. You can see everything.
And,
Ryan, do you have anything else to add?
and you can find me on Twitter at Ryan Turford. That's TURFORD. Anyways, for Drew McMillan and Brock McLaughlin, I'm Ryan Turford. This has been episode 126 of the Game Moose Podcast, and we're out.